What to do when you feel like giving up. You didn't sleep well last night. Again. You stared at the ceiling, replaying everything. The setbacks, the sacrifices, the effort that still hasn't paid off. And somewhere between 2 a.m. and dawn, a thought crept in that you've been pushing away for weeks. Maybe I should just stop. If that sounds familiar, this is for you. You're not weak. You're worn out. There's a difference and it matters. Weak people don't feel like giving up because they never started. They never cared enough to try. The fact that you're exhausted, questioning everything, running on empty, that means you showed up. That means something in your life actually mattered to you. And that is not failure. That is courage. But here's what nobody tells you about chasing something hard. There's always a point in the middle where it stops feeling worth it. Psychologists call it the valley of despair, that brutal stretch where the excitement of starting is gone and the finish line is still nowhere in sight. Most people quit here, the ones who don't make a few quiet, deliberate choices. Here's what those choices look like. 1. Never quit on a bad day. This might be the most important line in this entire article. Never make a permanent decision in a temporary feeling. When you're exhausted and overwhelmed, your brain wants one thing: relief. And quitting feels like relief. But relief and the right choice are two completely different things. Give yourself this one rule. If you still want to stop after 3 good days in a row, that's worth listening to. But right now, in your lowest moment, don't close a permanent door. Don't let exhaustion make your decisions for you. The morning almost always looks different than midnight. 2. Go back to your why. Close your eyes and go back to the day you started. Not the hard days, the first day. The day you decided this mattered. What were you feeling? What did you want to prove? To yourself or to the world? That version of you had a fire, a reason, a belief that this was worth doing. That reason hasn't disappeared. It's buried under exhaustion and disappointment, but it's still there. Dig for it. Write it down. Say it out loud if you have to. Because when the goal feels impossible, your why is the only thing strong enough to carry you through. Goals can feel far away. Reasons are always close. 3. Make the target smaller sometimes. You don't need to quit. You just need to zoom in. You might be carrying the entire weight of the journey all at once. The year feels too long. The mountain feels too high. So stop looking at the summit. Look at the next step. Just one. What is the smallest action you can take today that moves you 1 inch forward? Not a mile, not a leap. 1 inch. 1 email. 1 page. 1 workout. 1 conversation. Small wins compound. They remind your brain that you are still moving. And moving, even slowly, is the opposite of giving up. 4. Find someone who made it through suffering alone is dangerous. When we isolate in our hardest moments, the mind fills every silent room with its worst stories. You're not good enough. This was always going to fail. Without another voice in the room, those lies start sounding like facts. Find someone who has been where you are and survived it. A mentor, a friend, a book written by someone who rebuilt from the bottom. You don't need advice. You just need proof. Real, living proof that this valley has another side. It always does. 5. Rest, but come back. There is a big difference between resting and quitting, and we confuse them constantly. Resting is a fighter returning to their corner between rounds. Quitting is leaving the arena entirely. You are always allowed to rest. Take a day. Slow down. Breathe without calling it failure. But be honest with yourself. Are you recovering or are you retreating? One is strength, The other is fear in disguise. Rest when you must. Come back when you can. Just don't pretend they're the same thing. The truth. Nobody wants to hear hard things, only get easier after you push through the hard part. Not before, not during, after. Every version of yourself you're proud of. It came from the other side of a moment exactly like this one. A moment where stopping felt completely rational, and you didn't stop. You don't need confidence right now. You don't need certainty. You just need one more step. The person you're still becoming is worth that one step. Don't give up on them.